Hi there. Um, this is Ed calling from Alberta, and I haven't been doing very much lately. Just in the last several days that I've actually decided to get out into the shop again. Um, so I thought I'd just uh, get you up to date with hopefully a quick video. Um, what you can see at the moment is a drawing that I've done in DraftSite, and it's a drawing of the project of the hand shaper that I'm building with a friend down in California. He's also building one, and at the moment I have to make a star wheel. If you can, I hope you can see that there. I'll make it a bit bigger. Make it a bit bigger so that you can see what it is, and it's part of the auto feed on the cross slide, the carriage that travels backwards and forwards on the cross slide, with the ram on top, moving in the opposite direction and feeding across, removing metal. So what I've done is I've turned up a rod, and it's inch and it's 1.308 diameter, because it's going to have six teeth on it. I've purchased a 3/8/12 pitch thread, Acme thread, and I'm hoping that that's going to be sufficient. I think it's more in keeping with the size of the rest of the machine. It may have been quite large on the original machine, so I'll go over now to the surface plate and just give you a little quick preview of what I've done so far. This is the cross slide. I'll try and hold the camera still, and this is the 3/8 rod that I've purchased for the feed, and the carriage is going to move backwards and forwards across there, with the ram moving that way and removing metal as it feeds across. Now, to the original design had a star wheel underneath the carriage that sits on here, in between like a bridge structure, and each stroke of the ram, when it returned and came forward, it would a floating rod would catch on one of the teeth of the star wheel and just move it slightly, which would then in turn turn the lead screw. So that's the design. I've recently added these two plates on at each end. The original would have been a complete casting, and my buddy down in California, he actually made his cross slide out of a big block of cast iron. So he's got a trough there, no end plates. It's already part of the cross slide. So I'll take you over now to the milling machine, and maybe I'll just show you this, just so that you get new viewers can get maybe an idea. This is the base. This is a 2-inch slab of mild steel, and it has a combination of T-slots that are in the base, and then the cross slide sits on the back end here, with the ram going backwards and forwards across this area. The ram has on the original, it has a 7-inch stroke, so I'm hoping that the scaled model will maybe have at least maybe 6 inches. So that was all done on the Taig milling machine. So that will give you an indication of how good this little machine is, really. People can boo-boo it and say it's a piece of trash, but Taig is not bad stuff. If you look at that and realise that that was done on the Taig mill, that's quite a feature, I think. So anyway, I'll swing round now to the milling machine, and I've got it set up. I machined the billet, the rod, in the four-jaw on the lathe, and then I transferred it over to an adaptation of George Thomas's versatile dividing head. So it was built around a larger machine with a larger table, so I've never done anything with it. I just used 2 screws at the front end here in the T-slots, and then I clamped this side, and that's sufficient to be stable. Of course, I put stuff underneath here so it doesn't damage the ways. And so anyway, I'm using this stuff, option 1 Relton cutting fluid. I've had this a long time, and it's for use on all metals. I bought it at Granger's, and so I'm just trying that out. It seems to be working okay. Just to make the motor give more power, I sprayed the pulleys with a clear liquid. It's called Winds. Where are we? Bloody French. Belt dressing. Yeah, belt dressing. So when it dries, it makes a little bit of a swishing noise. I'll just switch it on, and you can probably hear it. But now the little machine seems to have quite a bit of power. I've modified the head and the motor with the new Taig pulleys. Okay, now what I've done here is I've got a you'll probably laugh at all this, but I've got a toolmaker's clamp as a stop, because I didn't bother to machine this diameter here so that the cutter cleared. So I'm cutting into this part as well when I do the teeth. So I got that there as a stop, and this is a 60 to 1 ratio, so I'm doing 5 turns for each face to give me the star, and I guess that's about it. I've got this angle plate. It's an old punch from a die that didn't come out quite right, so it's nice and ground and square, so I use that quite a bit. I got that clamped down on the table with protective coating, of course, and I have a pin in the center hole of the star, which is clearance on the 3/8 diameter lead screw, and so I've got a pin in there, and I've just got it clamped to the angle, just to give a little bit of a support. I don't have a tailstock for the dividing head. So I'm using Chinese 3/8 single flute inserted M mill. Just got little inserts in it. It's just the one flute, and when I finish this actual face, I'm going to put a new one in. It's getting a bit dull, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. I've got 86 thou to take off in the plunge, and I'm taking off around about 10 thou at a time. So I don't want to have any mishaps and something move. So I'm just taking it easy. Start the machine up. I've got it running at 1600 RPM. So I just put any old cut on, really. A little bit of juice, and I just wind up to the stop and wind back. I'd just do a little video just to show you what I'm up to, and then I'll when I almost finish, I'll come back again. That's a 10 thou cut. There you go. I'll just switch off for a minute and just give you a little view of what's happening at this end. And if I can show you down, let's see, down, where are we? Here. Yeah, down there. You'll see the little pin going into the job. And I've just got a toolmaker's clamp pulling it up against the face of the angle plate. So it's all bits and pieces really, but it gets the job done eventually. So okay, I'll call off now, and I'll get back when I'm almost finished. Thanks for watching. Where are we?